In the summer of 1964, when the Beatles still topped the UK charts with A Hard Day's Night, the first season of Doctor Who was drawing to a close with the transmission of a story about the French Revolution, an episode in history also known as the infamous Reign of Terror. The serial was written by the late Dennis Spooner, who would later become the series' story editor. Spooner introduced light-hearted elements into the script, such as the Doctor outwitting the jailer and the overseer, to detract attention away from the rather grisly nature of the story. The Reign of Terror was the first ever story to feature sequences filmed on location. Unfortunately, myself and the other members of the regular cast weren't featured in these sequences. Never were. In fact, another actor was asked to copy Bill Hartnell's walk and mannerisms and double for him on location, so none of us were involved. Since the BBC junked its copies of early Doctor Who stories in the 1970s, they've luckily managed to retrieve all but 2 of the 6 Reign of Terror episodes. A print of episode 6 was returned from a private film collector in 1982, and then in 1985, episodes 1 to 3 and another copy of episode 6 were returned from a TV station in Cyprus. Unfortunately, their copies of episodes 4 and 5 were destroyed in a shell attack on their film vault during the Turkish invasion of 1974. The Loose Cannon team has reconstructed some incredible photos so that you can enjoy the last missing 2 episodes of this incredible classic story. I'm going to just tell you 1 or 2 gritty little stories that I remember from this. I don't remember a great deal about it because it was a long, long time ago. But the gentleman who directed it leaves me with an abiding memory. And in fact, it's the only memory I have of him giving me any directions on the set at all. And this memory is to do with him using again and again and again the same words. Well, I think he was Hungarian. I don't think he had many English words, but he had one very favourite English word, maudlin. And he kept telling me not to be quite so maudlin. You have to be so maudlin in this. The scene in question was the scene of me in prison, trying desperately to scratch my way out of it with my nails, dying from some dreadful disease, which nobody seemed to have the answer to, being half-eaten by rats, and anticipating having my head chopped off. I think I was entitled to be a little maudlin. I did ask him what the word meant, and he said, well, you're feeling a bit sorry for yourself. Wasn't I entitled to feel a bit sorry for myself with all these things going on? I thought so. But, yeah, there's that memory, which is quite funny. We all had a giggle over that one. And a very sad memory, because there was a beautiful, beautiful model of, I think it was Rouen in France. Anyway, it was a place, a very quaint little place with lots of cobbled streets and lots of gabled roofs, and it was a lovely, lovely place. And they reconstructed this place and made a little set of it. And I loved it, so I really fell in love with it. And they gave it to me at the end of it, and I was so thrilled with it. And I put it in the safest place that I could possibly imagine. That was the top of my wardrobe. And one day, a cleaning lady came along with a feather duster, dusted the top of the wardrobe and dusted off my beautiful little set. And that was the last of it, because it smashed into smithereens. And it was terribly sad because it was so sweet. It had little doors that opened and closed, and a little sort of, a tumbril. That's right, it was a tumbril, which actually you could push along, had little wheels and things, and had little drawbridges, and it was just beautiful. So that's a very sad memory. But the rest of my memories of that particular one were great, because I loved doing costume dramas, and I really preferred the costume dramas to the the peculiar monster ones. I didn't like the monster ones too much. And it was great fun doing it, dressing up. I mean, this is why an actor acts, isn't it? We like dressing up, and we dressed up in that. It's great. So I hope that you enjoy it as much as we enjoyed doing it. So there you go. My thoughts on the piece.